Hi, in this video we are going to explain the concept of ports and bus. In the von Neumann architecture, we have seen different types of flows. We have data flow, control flow, and address flow. And all these flows are actually transferred use bus. So a bus is a connection between the different parts, like between the CPU and the memory, between the memory and the input and output devices. A bus usually contains several lanes. The more lanes the bus has, the more data the bus can transfer at a time. So here shows you the bus, and we use the bus to connect different components. Like here, we use the bus to control the CPU, memory, different kind of slots. So there are basically two types of bus, internal bus and external bus. So the internal bus is used to connect all the internal components of a computer, such as CPU, memory, and the main board. The external bus are also called the expansion bus. This type of bus is used to connect outside devices like printers, video cards, or sound cards. There are three types of external bus: the ISA bus, PCI bus, and the AGP bus. And currently, most of the computers, they only use the PCI bus. Because PCI bus is over 20 times faster than the regular ISA bus. The new standard of PCI is called PCI Express, or PCIe, which is a high-speed external bus. The PCIe bus could consist of from 1 to 32 lanes. Of course, more lanes means the speed is faster. The PCIe bus now is the default bus provided by most of the main board. So in this image, we see several different types of PCIe buses. So the top one is a PCIe bus with 4 lanes, and the second one including 16 lanes, and third one including 1 lane. This slide shows you the speed of different types of buses. As you can see, PCIe has the fastest speed, and the current available PCIe bus is 4.0 version, and you can buy the main board with the PCIe 4.0. And as you can see, with the 16 lane of PCIe 4.0, the speed is almost 31 to 32 gigabytes per second. So this slide shows you how the different components are connected by using different type of buses. So the CPU and memory are connected by using the system bus, and the AGP bus slot are connected by using the AGP bus, and the PCI bus slots are connected by using the PCI bus. So on the motherboard, the expansion bus terminates at an expansion slot. An expansion slot is a socket into which you can plug a small circuit board called the extension card. Typically, you can have the video card, sound card, and network card. You can plug the card on the expansion slot. So a video card is so-called the video adapter or graphic card. So it's very typical. And if you want to show the high resolution image or video, you need a good video card. If you want to play the sound, you need a sound card. And if you want to log into the network, you need a network card. So this slide shows you the important ports and the connectors. So the left side shows you the port. So we have the mouse port, keyboard port, USB port, monitor port, different type of port. And the right side shows you the connector. So you have to use the compatible connector with the port. So here shows you some different type of ports. And most of them are not frequently used nowadays because they are kind of like old ports. Serial ports can transmit 1 bit of data at a time. They connect slow-speed devices such as mouse, keyboard, modem. And of course, for the mouse, keyboard, and modem, we are not using this type of port anymore. But this port is still useful, especially for some embedded computing. If you want to connect to an embedded device, you probably still need to use this port. Parallel port, it connects devices that can transfer more than 1 bit at a time, such as a printer, but of course, we're not using this type of port recently. SATA was designed to replace the older parallel ATA standard, so-called the IDE. So SATA is used for connect the hard disk. So this shows you the SATA cable and connectors. So this is the connector. So this is the socket. And here shows you the difference between IDE and the SATA. So this is IDE cable and the connector. So this is the SATA. PS2 port is the old standard. We usually use this type of port to connect to the mouse and keyboard, but now it's replaced by the USB. USB is short for Universal Serial Bus. It was designed for those portable devices like the keyboard, mouse, portable media players, disk drives. So there are different types of USB ports, like Type A, Type B, Type C, Mini USB, etc. This slide shows you different types of USB ports. So this is Type A, and this is Type B, Mini A, Mini B, Micro A, and Micro B. And the most recent USB type is Type C. As you can see from here, USB 3.1 Type C. So this is also Type C. This is called IEEE 1394. It's also a serial bus. And Apple invented this type of bus, and it's called the FireWire. This is a network port. The official name for this top port is RJ45. So here shows you the VGA port. So this is the old standard of the display port. This is DVI port, and this type of port has been used for a couple of years, but now it has been replaced by HDMI port. Here shows you the HDMI port and DP port. HDMI is short for High Definition Multimedia Interface. So compared with VGA, VGA can only transfer video, but HDMI can transfer video and audio. In this slide, you can see the HDMI. So this is the HDMI standard, and this is mini HDMI, and this is micro HDMI. And this are DP ports. So this is mini DP, and this is standard DP. So DP port, you can see the DP port from some of the Macintosh computers.